What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode. So today we are starting off in the parking lot of Foodsmax because we need to pick up some bait for some scent because we are headed out to the pier. Picked up some calamari, some frozen squid. I also needed this for future rock fishing trips. One of the reasons why I pick my bait up, or my frozen squid up at Foodsmax, is because this is like one of the cheapest places to get them. I get 3 pounds at a time, because a lot of bait tackle shops get pretty expensive. So Foodsmax is where I pick it up. You know, they're not in all Foodsmax stores. I know the Foodsmax in my city does not have it, so I have to come here. The one reason why I hate coming to the pier, all those surfers. I got some more on that side too, but water looks good. Any luck?
Trying the sabiki rig and
Nothing?
the waves are too much, I think.
The waves are too much?
Yeah,
Are you tipping it with anything or just the sabiki by itself?
just by itself.
Have you tried it with, you haven't tried it with bait today?
No,
No. Yeah,
I
you're...
had some luck, I did pretty good a few days ago out here. A lot of shiners and sardines and stuff like that.
No mackerel?
No max. I haven't seen any max for a while.
Okay, so first things first, we're gonna set up with a sabiki rig and tip it with some tiny strips of squid, and that's what we're gonna be using for scent. You can catch bait fish off the pier without using squid or even shrimp, but this time in the winter I haven't had too much success without tipping with some bait. More in the summer is when the bait fish are in like a feeding frenzy without bait, in my experience. So this is what we're using, is a sabiki. This is a hook size 10. I like to use anywhere between 6 to 10 depending on what I'm going for. For the bigger mackerel I'll use like a 6, but I don't know exactly what's biting right now, so I'm going to be using a 10. So I was talking to this guy right now. He was saying that he was catching some shiners, some perch, and some sardines, but no mackerel. And that's kind of what I want to get today is some mackerel. It's always good to ask people that are fishing on the pier, like once you get here, to ask you know, how they're doing, kind of get an idea of how the day might be, you know, if they're catching stuff on what they're using. You know, some people are pretty generous and they'll let you use some of the bait that they're using if you don't have it, but if not, you can just run to like a bait store close by and pick some up. But the gentleman that I was talking to, he was just throwing it straight sabiki and wasn't doing too well. I just cut a small chunk of some frozen squid, and I'm going to be slicing this into much smaller pieces, little pieces like that. And this guy, we're going to tip every sabiki hook with one of these. And at the end of my sabiki, for a weight, I like to use 1 to 2 ounces. I don't like to go necessarily any heavier than that for bait fish. And the bait fish that we can catch up here is mackerel, Pacific, Spanish, you know, sardines. Sometimes, rarely, I catch anchovies, sand dabs. You know, there's a bunch of different perch that you can catch up here, so it's pretty cool coming out catching little small fish, especially if you're bringing out like your dad, mom, grandpa, brother, sister, younger siblings, or whatever. And you don't need a fishing license to fish from up here, which is nice. I'd like to thank those at RUNCL for sending me these gloves. They're pretty neat. They're pretty warm. It is getting a little chilly. My hands are getting a little stiff, so thank you to those at RUNCL who sent these. These are ice fishing mitts, or fishing gloves. They're also mitts. There's a little cover that goes over your fingertips when you're just when you're not doing anything, and then you just slip them off. But they're pretty cool. I like these the non-slip silicone grips. They're pretty grippy. I'll definitely put these gloves in use when I think we already passed our cold winter time. We don't get ice fishing here on the central coast of California. Just about a month ago it was like super cold, and these mittens would have been a game changer, because my hands are freezing. Stick my hands in my pockets and they'd still be super cold. If you want to check these gloves out for yourself, I'll leave a link in the description. I also like where the finger cutouts are right here. It's like super tight on the fingers, so it's not gonna be slipping up and down. I think we're gonna have to like move to a different spot, or maybe even leave. It might be that it's cold. It might be because I came late. It might be, who knows, the fish aren't here. I'm sure they're here, they're just not biting. The waves are pretty hectic right now. It's not enjoyable for, seems like, the fishermen around here, but it seems pretty enjoyable for the surfers.
That's funny that rain is just like staying.
Hey, we got one. All right, we got a barred surf perch. I got it on a grub. The good old paddle tail, crappie sliders. And what I was doing at first was casting out, and then I was casting toward the shore, because from when I was from the shore we were casting out. I gotta have my bail open. But anyways, as I was saying, when I first started, I was casting out away from the pier, and then I'd cast toward the shore. When we're from the shore, we'd cast away from the shore. So I thought, you know, maybe I should cast toward the end of the pier and reel in. And I got hit once, and I was like, you know what, that fish might still be there. So I casted 2 more times and I got him again. All right, I think that is gonna wrap it up for us today. We were getting small bites, but nothing else was taken. Everything's probably like a really juvenile fish, to where even a grub is too big for its mouth. So It's gonna be raining pretty soon. It's already starting to sprinkle, so we're gonna pack up. So that is gonna wrap it up for us today. You know, we caught one fish off the Carolina rig using a grub. You know, I first started out wanting to catch some bait fish off the sabiki, you know, using the squid that we got this morning, but unfortunately no fish wanted to bite on that. But luckily I did bring a surf fishing rod with surf fishing gear, so we were able to catch a fish on a Carolina rig. And yeah, it was pretty interesting surf fishing from the pier at an angle. It was fun, but I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys want to go pick up some of these gloves, these are the RUNCL. These are ice fishing gloves, but they definitely kept my hands warm. You know, it is starting to sprinkle. It's supposed to rain pretty soon, so you know, my hands are starting to get a little chilly, so I put the gloves on and kept my hands warm. So if you guys want to check them out, the link will be in the description. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and until next time, keep fishing on. Peace.